All right, all right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming this evening with a message. I'm not going to be with you long this evening, but I just want to bring forth a, a short message. Being so that the Most High Yah uh, wants me to start speaking on heading home, going in the way in which we should at this time. Not time, but in this day. The topic of this message is going in the way that lead us. Going in the way that lead us. And Sister Deborah just got about several verses here, and I just going to go over the verses. But I want to let you know I have come to the fullness in my spirit that I'm never, ever, ever alone. Because I really believe he that is greater in me is greater than anything on the outside of me. Okay. So I never feel that I'm in nothing alone, you see. Uh, and me coming on live, me coming on here on YouTube to make videos, I am going to be so content with knowing that I'm serving Yah and not the flesh of people. I don't care if it's just me alone. Sister Deborah is going to stay in her lane and continue to run in her lane in the direction toward the will of the Father. And not so much as getting caught up with individuals and trying to meet an expectation that fulfill people's flesh. Those days are over. It's time for me to head home. That means head toward the will of the Father for my life and for many that's out there, even for your life. Yah is telling you it's time to head home. Go the way in which is leading you toward Yah and not to all these other things that's in the world that's causing you to feel that that's more important than anything, because he'll leave you out there. Hello in the live chat, it's good to see you. He will leave you, and he not he will, he's going to people. I'm telling you, and I know I've said this in time past, we are not in a time. No, get off the time, Deborah. We are not in a day where Yah is reasoning with you. He's not reasoning with me, and he's not reasoning with you. He's not about to give you your desires of your heart and how you want things to be said, to be done, to be conducted. Okay? Yah is wanting us to be about his will and his will only. And I was just sitting here reading over these verses, and I felt really good, you guys, because honestly, it is some really good stuff in here to show us the way to where we should be today, heading that way home. Like I said, home is the Father. The Father is in us. Our spirit must act as if we are heading to him that's greater in us, as if we know already he the greatest, and we just want to be obedient toward him and really allow everything to kind of lean and everything and to kind of lean toward the spirit and the spirit of Yah. Okay. So anybody, you can also ask questions in this here on this live, but the title is going in the way that lead us. You see, because we know he's greater in us. We cannot go in the way of our own understanding. Y'all, it's not gonna work. That day is over. I've read, like I say, several things, and the Spirit just made me feel so good. It made me feel good. He made me feel good because it was verses and chapters I never really read or even desired to even cover. But it's where we're at in this day that needs to be spoke on. We need to really have this drilled in us so that we won't have no doubt at all that we are walking in spirit and truth. We are walking in the spirit. And also, I learned it's what I also have taught several times. Yah is for real, you guys. He is not going to take any and everybody to the promised land. And you're going to find that out tonight. And I sat here and I read a couple of chapters and verses in these chapters. And I said, but see, you're saying it right here. You're telling everybody where people are getting off thinking all of Israel and Judah and all the strangers therein with us are going. We don't have strangers on our side. First and foremost, we really don't. Because it's almost like the strangers only temporary wanting to be around you. It's no spirit, real hardcore spirit and truth, meaning the spirit and truth is the ruach that will be leading them to even know just as much as we know. Why? Because we are not no different than they are. They are no different than we are. Okay? Because we are all not doing what Yah told us to do from the beginning. So we all off track. But if Yah said he's dealing with the whole house of Israel, that means that he's going to deal with them after the time of the Gentiles. So he's telling you, I'm coming back to collect what's mine after the time of the Gentiles. So the Gentiles' time is over. Okay. So what I learned is you got many YouTubers really uplifting the heathens and the Gentiles, all because they seem to feel that they have come to know that we are the people. See, they so stuck on we're the people. But you can be the people, but are you filled with the Ruach? Are you walking in the spirit of truth? Are you preaching and teaching the gospel of the power? What are you doing with the light? Is it more important for you all to get feel so happy? It's just amazing how they so bombarded with the fact that the Europeans and the heathens and Gentiles are coming to know who we are. And what along the line? And to me, honestly, these are the people he was not he. These are the people where I was telling you, gone. They gone. They don't understand. It doesn't matter if the strangers get among us. If they don't conduct themselves like us toward our Father, not so much as like us, but like we look to Yah. I'm talking about the light. I'm talking about the spiritual seed. Don't accept them because they know who you are. That's what a lot of them are doing. Oh, they coming to the knowledge of who we are. And it's not going to move anything. You know why, y'all? Let me explain. What I'm seeing, what I have seen is it has to be fulfilled. There has to be a racial war. Mm-hmm. There has to be. And it's already, and this is why I know that Judah is not balancing right, is when I see that the Europeans are actually fully prepared. They are actually fully prepared and still yet preparing. I was watching a special that was on television last night. And in Houston, Texas, there's an area. And in that area, the black people are the melanated people are filing complaints that there is a serial killer, because in this lake, I think it's a lake, they have had 6 or 7 deaths within some months. They dropped the dead people there. But guess what they did? They showed only 2 dead people. They wanted you to see the 2 black women, young women. I mean, like young. I mean, 20, in between 20 to maybe 27. Both of them looked just like they could have been sisters. But it was within months from each other. They have picked out 1 month. I think it was like 3 weeks. The next 3 weeks, they find him dead. So the melanated people in Houston is trying to get the police department and the FBI to look in on this, because it looks like a serial killer. You know, they rejected, they refusing. And you know why? Because they have sent a sign all over this country. When they had that special and told you that there's no serial killers, it's nothing really going on. Just because there have been 6 deaths, I think, within the last 3 or 4 months, something like that, doesn't mean that there's a serial killer. But why did they only show the 2 black women? Because if there's not a serial killer, someone is killing these people, putting it in that lake. I mean, in that lake. Well, why aren't you all on that fact that it could be if you say it's a serial killer and it's not, then it's fine. But if you say there's not a serial killer, what are you saying? What message are you sending? They sending a message which Judah would never catch on to what they're doing. They're actually supporting the individual who's taking these lives. They're supporting them 100. And then they put all these Europeans up there, an attorney up there, and captain up there, all of them separate, interviewing them. And they just not fussing, but you can see the fears of them saying that there's no serial killer. Why are y'all so hyped on it being a serial killer? I mean, it not being a serial killer. What are y'all trying to, what are you doing? They sending a sign to the Europeans that's out there that's actually doing this killing, letting them know, keep doing it. We're going to make it that it ain't actually happening. That's all they sending a sign. I'm sitting here looking at it in the spirit, said Deborah, you sitting here listening to this man, but do you know why you listening to him? I said, but Father, he ain't making no sense. He says he's not supposed to. He ain't on it too. It's what the Europeans are doing, you guys. You cannot, and I myself, I would say that even in this day and time, that females, especially detaching in this day and time with European men, you need to stop. I'm telling y'all, this thing is heated, and people are not doing their study on what's really going on. But let's get back to where we're supposed to be going. But I wanted to say that along with so many other things that's actually taking place, but Judah don't seem to have nothing to actually see what is actually taking place. And it's just amazing how they just numb. Judah now, they don't know that they Judah, but yet don't you see your nationality? You didn't had a good 10 young black men hung from a tree, and it's like if they don't feel nothing, it's just like it's nothing there for them. It's like, how can you say you're a speaker for black people or brown or melanated people when you ain't saying nothing? It's just really, really, really bad. But this is what I'm saying. This is what he's saying. Deborah, it's okay for you to be aware of what's going on. You know you can't change it, but keep the focus toward me. You see, keep that focus toward me, because you know what I believe. I'm gonna tell y'all something where I know for a fact that I'm different than a lot of people. I believe if I would go to the most high Yah that's in me, and I would pour out myself, I really believe regarding many issues, Yah would show a sign that he's going to do something. Not that he's going to make me feel satisfied, but going to show me that he hears me in spite of not changing it, but a sign to show that, hey, I hear you, but these things need be. But I hear you, you see? And I know that I don't want to, only reason why I don't want to do it is because I don't want to interfere with nothing that is need be. Let's put it like that. So it's no need me crying out for him to intervene in a bunch of people who can't even, it's like everybody is waiting for something. And I'm wondering, do they understand all you're gonna get is wicked and evil and darkness and killing and judgment and wrath and lawlessness? All this stuff is set right there. And what the whole idea of everything that's going on, and the father was telling me about how they getting what they deserve. That's what the father said. They're getting what they deserve, because they have no idea why they are using a lot of darkness to really do evil toward a people. Guess what? You all don't even know that they're doing it. Yes, they are. Big time. But while they're doing that, the father is saying this is the reason why they thinking that everything that the country is doing is really going after the immigrants, the blacks, the Mexicans. But guess why they doing it, y'all? They doing it because they ready to destroy their owns. And their own thinking, it's about destroying everybody outside of them. No, baby. They are doing this to destroy you. When you see them going to Chicago, that ain't got nothing to do with black people. They telling them that. Martial law is for Europeans, you guys. That's who's going to weigh. That's who's going to get the weight of that. See, they too ignorant because they think they doing something, but it's all going to be on them. Everything, you guys. And they have no idea they are setting the Europeans here in this country up. And the father say they are deserving of it. Praise the Most High Yah. He said, Deborah, this is what they deserve. This is what they deserve. This is their heart right here. When they thinking it's for somebody else, they have no idea their own nation, their own people are setting them up and got them thinking they setting someone else up. Like in Chicago, in Washington. These immigrants, it has nothing to do with none of that. It's trying to bring a law to get the one that's going to fight them back, the Europeans. That's who they coming after. Martial law is only going to be for them. And that's how ignorant they are. Everything that, and as long as we here, guess what? As long as they're doing things to us, the Europeans think they got it made. But they just don't know. If they do it to us, they're going to do it 10 times, 20 times, 30 times to them. They just got them thinking when we bother them. Oh, no, baby. They come in for you. That's how it's going to pan out. And you too. going in our direction to the one that's leading us, going our way, these are the sort of things you're going to see. You're going to get an opportunity, not like it's a good opportunity, but you're going to see these things. And even the Europeans going to come to you as well. To me, I truly believe, like when I see Dowles and he has a lot of Europeans on, no. You don't do them wrong. You don't treat them wrong. But it's so much that's going on with your people. You need to be working with your people. But when your mind is sick as he is, they about right too, where they at. They're all in the same basket. And none of them was looking to Yah. None of them is walking in the way. No one is going toward the way to seek Yah. Because all the other issues in the world and the cares in the world is actually there. But a lot of people cannot, or not that they cannot, they think it's for somebody else. But they don't have they don't have no idea that it's not for nobody else, it's for you. So that's why they thinking that everything that this country is doing is just after the immigrants and after the Black people. No, baby, they coming to get you. And the Father say, you are very deserving of it. So when Europeans come in and into the page, I have not really been able to deal with any that's faithful. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like Yah owes them something. You see? They don't have to stand like we would have to stand. I'm going to tell you like it is. If they don't feel that they have to move like we move. Oh, they don't have to. You see? They just need to just be in the midst, and that's good enough. That's real talk. That's like for real talk. And I noticed that. And it's like if they want Yah to pat them on the back when they give. It's like, good boy. I'm like, why do Yah have to do that for you? I mean, what? See, because this world has made them think that they better than any and everybody. So Sister Deborah, unless he's sending them on another journey, I don't think he's going to really, and he can send them on another mission to get to the promised land if they're going there. But from what I'm understanding, because of not being able, even as a prophetess in the wilderness, not being able to have the faithful ones that's just come into the page and be a partaker without expecting Yah to constantly pat them on the back and that they don't have to do what nobody else do. You see? Because, oh no, it's just like it's in people to think that they're better. To be honest, oh no, I don't have to do this here and I don't have to do this, because I have a relationship. That's how the Christians are. They figure they have their own relationship with Yah. So they don't have to look into it and see that this book is smeared or this book is telling them something they don't know. It's like whatever we've been taught, we're going to go back in. We'll play along, but we're going to go back what we understand. He has to deal with me. And that's the whole mindset, but what they did not understand. The strangers back in the days with Abraham them, these people were in there following everything Israel and Judah were doing. They were in there. Today, in this world, they ain't coming near that. They don't want to come near that because they want to be different than you. They feel that they entitled. They're in that same entitlement. I'm telling y'all, they feel that they are entitled to more than we are. And nobody is entitled to nothing. Because none one of us are deserving of what Yah has done for us and continue to do for us. So let's start with Psalms 37 and verse 3. Psalms 37 and verse 3 to 9. Just hear this here. And then I'm going to show you what he's saying. In the book of Psalms, chapter 37, and we're going to start, which verse was that? We're going to start with verse, Psalms chapter 37 and verse 3. Let's start there. And what these verses and chapters is going to do is kind of give you a kind of insight on the title, going in the way that lead us. Because if Yah is greater in you, he himself will be leading you. You see, he's the one who's going to be leading you, okay, from the inside. He's going to lead you, and can't nobody take that away. Because once he's there, he's not an Indian giver. He's not going to be in you today and not in you next week. No. If he's in you, it's because he was planning on coming in you before the foundation of the world. You belong to him and he belonged to you. Y'all are in this together. So in Psalms 37 and verse 3, it says, trust in Yah and do good. So there is telling you to trust in Yah. So if we're going in the way that leadeth us, we got to trust the one that's leading us. You get what I'm saying? We can't trust our own understanding. We got to trust the one that is leading us. Okay. And it says, trust in Yah and do good. In the process of trusting in him, still have in mind to do good. Okay. So shall thou dwell in the land. You see? So shall I dwell. So shall, what does it say? So shall thou dwell in the land. And verily thou shalt be fed. You see? What he's actually saying right there. Look at the word good. Okay? And look at trust. He's telling you, you trust in me and do good. Do good. So if you think the whole house of Israel is trusting in Yah and they are doing good, something's wrong with you. You better hook up with them. You see? They don't even know who Yah is. And it's not because they didn't know. They could care less. So listen to the whole house of Israel I'm talking about. You'd be surprised the different religions the whole house of Israel is involved in. All kind of different religions. A lot of them is even in the Muslim. That's why you just can't say that the whole house of Israel going to the promised land. They have their idol gods. They have transgressed against Yah. They are serpent seeds. Not all of them, but many are serpent seeds. So we just can't say, well, so what, Father? You got to take the whole house. If you're going to take one, you got to take them all. But that's the mindset of a people. Now listen to what he says in verse 3. Trust in Yah and do good. So shall thou dwell in the land. And verily thou shalt be fed. Trust. Do good. Now listen to what he said in verse 4. Delight thyself also in Yah. Oh, see what he's saying? Delight thyself also in Yah. First he telling you to trust in Yah. Now he telling you to delight thyself in Yah. Watch this. And he shall give thee the desires of thy heart. Now, when I read that, the first thing I thought was your family. Was your family. He did it with everybody he sent. Just about. Yah did right by their family. Job lost his, but he got him back through, having 10 more children. But the whole idea is, he says, listen at verse 4, delight thyself also in Yah, and he shall give thee the desires of thy heart. You see, I believe that individuals who are servants of the Most High Yah, I believe somewhere Yah will allow their families to go with them. That's just me. Okay. And he says, and he shall give thee the desires of thy heart. Verse 5, commit thy way unto Yah. Now, what did he say? Commit thy way unto Yah. Trust also in him. There you go. Now, verse 3 told you to do what? Trust in him. And here go verse 5. Commit thy way unto Yah. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. Verse 6. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light. You see that? The righteousness as the light. You see, it's a lowercase light. This is the light I've been saying to you all when I say spirit and truth and the light. You see? Here it is, he says in verse 6, he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. What is the noonday? It's still light. It's still light. Okay. Verse 7. Now he says, rest in Yah. Rest in Yah. And wait patiently for him. Wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospered in his way. I like that. Fret not thyself because of him who prospered in his way, because of man who bringeth wicked device to pass. Okay, so don't fret not thyself because him who prospered. Fret not thyself because him who prospered in his way, because of man. This is a flesh thing. Who bringeth wickedness device to pass. Verse 8, cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. Okay. Verse 9. The evildoer shall be cut off. Now, what did I just tell you in verse 3? Trust in Yah and do good, so shall thy dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. He's talking about in the land, y'all. So you see how the Hebrew Israelite would teach all Israel is going to the promised land? That's not true. That's not true. Now listen to what he said in 9. For the evildoer shall be cut off, but those that wait upon Yah, they shall inherit the earth. Now, what this is saying, go in the way of he that lead us. Yah is the one that leads us. We need to go in that way. Why? In Psalms 37, it says for us to trust Yah, delight in Yah, commit to Yah, rest in Yah, wait upon Yah, meaning be patient. He's still leading us. Just have that patience to know he knows every step that he has ordered in our lives. Even this very day, in this midnight hour, the Most High Yah is fully aware of the steps that has been ordered in our lives. So again, Psalms 37, verse 3 through 9 is actually telling us to trust, delight in Yah, to trust in Yah, commit to Yah, rest in Yah, wait upon Yah, and be patiently. Okay? Why? Because he's the one that's leading us. So we need to have those characteristics, those action working in us. The trust, the delight, commit, and rest. And wait upon Yah, which is patience. Okay? So that's the one in Psalms 37 and 3 2 through 9. Now listen to this. Go to Isaiah 35. Isaiah, and here you will see something that we really haven't really fully talked about, but you're going to see something actually taking place. Isaiah chapter 35 and verse 8 through 10. And it says, and a highway shall be there, and a way, and it shall be called the way of holiness. The unclean shall not pass over it, but it shall be for those the wayfaring men, those fools shall not err therein. So here there is a place where just anybody, the unclean, shall not enter in. And those that are the wayfaring men, the fools, shall not err therein. You see? Verse 9, no lion shall be there, nor any ravish beast shall go up thereon. It shall not be found there. Now, see, I heard a person years ago, a Hebrew Israelite, teach on these sort of lions is going to be in the promised land because they want to connect lion with the tribe of Judah, which is the lion Yeshua, Hamashiach. They want to hook this lion, and this is what this individual is talking about. This going to be in the promised land. We're going to have lions there. And listen to what this says in verse 9. No lions shall be there, nor any ravish beast shall go up there on. It shall not be found there. So all of these wild animals, no, not on this land. Now watch this here. But the redeemed shall walk there. The redeemed. Now, so are we going to say that the whole house of Israel is redeemed? No, we can't say that because that's not what redeemed mean. The whole house of Israel can't be redeemed. They can if y'all wanted them to be redeemed, but you have to understand the redeemed, what it represents when he sent Christ to redeem us back to the Lamb Book of Life, where it was already written. That's how we got redeemed, based on what was already holding us up in the Lamb Book of Life. Okay, so here and he says here, but the redeemed shall walk there. Okay, and the ransomed of Yah shall return and come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sight shall flee away. So just imagine that, how the sorrow and flight in sight shall flee. That means all your family that you left behind, all of that's going to pass away from you. You ain't going to have no sorrow or anything regarding what you left behind. And here it's like saying, and the ransomed of Yah shall return. The ransom, the one that was ransomed, redeemed. So you see, as you read this, where is it saying the whole house of Israel and the tribe of Judah? It's not. But I say unto you, we're in that day for all darkness to be on the earth, and it is, without a doubt. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Yah want us to come home to him with our mind, our heart, and our strength. And everything that's in us needs to be focused on home, which is the Father. No matter where the Father is at, he's everywhere. But he is home for us. He's not home for everybody else, but he is home for us. And I like this because in Isaiah chapter 35 and verse 9, verse 8 through 10, it's actually telling you, wait a minute, it's certain ones going to the land. It's actually telling you that. So in me, I try to understand how is it and why is it people are portraying as if it's the whole house of Israel and Judah, everybody's going to the promised land. And then you also hear where he's taking us to the wilderness and he's going to purge the rebels out and he's going to take out those who transgressed against him. He ain't saying he's going to reason with them and get them right. He's separating them in the wilderness. He did it when he brought them out of Egypt. They didn't get to go to the promised land. He separated them right in the wilderness. Remember, they all died in the wilderness? That's what's being done again. But no one is going to ever teach you all that. You're never going to get it. Now, Sister Deborah was telling you all earlier about your spiritual backpack. You're going to need it. If you thought that all this time you've been listening to Sister Deborah, it was in vain, it was vain and vax, it was worthless, you're going to find out something different in this day. It's going to be needed because these are the people that's going to be coming your way, wanting to know which way is it. And what that means is, what is the truth? They're going to want to know spirit and truth. They're going to want to know the light that leads us the way. Can you tell us the way? People, there are so many out here that the Most High has already embedded himself in them. They know it's something in them. They know they're learning something different, and it bothers them because they're looking at the ideal of, well, why is it I'm the only one that can understand it like this? They don't know that we're out there. You see, it feels like they're alone. Those are the individuals that coming. And the good thing about it, you can listen to them. And another good thing about it, you got a spiritual backpack that can feed them exactly what they need so that they too can realize, no, you're not in it alone. And it's not because something wrong with you. You're on the right track. But they need to run up on the individuals who have that spiritual word in spirit and truth that can give it to them Yes, do the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh live in them? Yes. But they still have doubt that it's something wrong with them. And is that, to me, that's kind of sad, but it's the way y'all also are fully aware of it. So these individuals are looking and seeking. I was telling y'all that's how I feel even about my son, Quiet Storm, Joseph. He wanting to know which way is it, which way must I go from here. This is how people are going to approach you all. And those that have enough spirit and truth in your backpack, and you have the light, you're going to have the words that it's going to cause them to run on the way home. Because that's all they waiting for. Do you all know that? There are those that's out there waiting to hear from somebody who also been taught like they've been taught. But because it seem to be in it alone, and it feels alone. It feels like they're the only one. Guess what? The Most High is sending them your way. He's sending them your way. As I go to Matthew's chapter 7, in Matthew's chapter 7 and verse 13, Matthew's chapter 7 and verse 13 through 16, just hear this. Enter ye in the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. It's almost like what Sister Deborah is trying to say to you all. And the only one going to get it is the one that is full of the Ruach HaKodesh. Now, hear this here. I've spoke to you about going ahead, running ahead, home, going home. I spoke to you about the way home, the way. Tonight is going in the way that lead us. So it's not a pastor, a bishop, a prophet, a prophetess, a Maureen, a seer. It's not that. Yah is the one that leads us. He leads us from the inside. We must go that way. Okay. Now, watch this here. Enter ye in at the straight gate. You see? For wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And many there be which go in thereat. So right there, he's showing you the way, as if he's taking you on a journey and he's showing you which gate to go in. You see, it's like the way. It's like, look, here I am. Come to me. Come home. You know how the house can have a white picket fence? Come on this way. Now watch this here. Verse 14. He's instilling in you that because the straight is the gate and narrow is the way, which leadeth to life, and few there be that find it. So he's actually telling you which way to go. This is like unto the people that I was telling you that's coming your way. They know that there's something in them is teaching them. But it feels like, wait a minute, why is it I'm the only one? I can't be the and you know what? When you feel that way, it makes you question who you are. Because you feel that surely everybody should understand it, like something in me is teaching me. But he says here, because in 14, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. You see that? Few. And this is what troubles the few. It's because they're trying to make it make sense. Am I the only one that's hearing these things that's being spoken to me? Why is it so different from what everybody else is teaching? Why is it so different than everybody's preaching? And why is it so different? It's because you're the one. You're the one that's supposed to be walking in the direction to the narrow gate. And it gets confused. It gets confused. Because you're wondering, am I the what? Am I the one? But he's letting you know it's the narrow gate is the way. Okay? What did we talk about earlier today? The way. The narrow gate is the way. Going in the way that leadeth us. Yah is the way. And he is the one that lead us in the right direction, that we may find the light to lead us all the way. Here in 15, it says, be aware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing. In sheep clothing. But inward, they are raven wolves. So is he talking about the out part of them is wearing sheep's clothing? Or is he talking about their inward is wearing sheep clothing? Which one is he talking about? Let's go back. 15. Be aware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing. But inward, they are raven wolves. So is he talking about the sheep clothing is on the outside, or is it the sheep clothing that their spirit is in sheep clothing? Okay. The out. Very good. He's talking about the out, because exactly what I've been trying to say to you all about how people can really throw you off based on their dress code and the way they're dressing to appear to be something with Yah. You see? And their inward is like a raven wolves. Like raven wolves. So he's talking about their clothing. You see? And it did. I've been on here 7 years. I mean, everybody. They used to be on this thing about fringes. Marcus, he's in Texas. He was really on this fringes, this thing. And I just got on him so bad about it. I said, man, I know your wife making you all kind of nice clothes. And I know everybody, he said everywhere he go, even all nationalities. He said a lot of the Europeans were fascinated with the clothing that his wife has made for him, because she turned all his shirts with and added fringes all the way around. Why? Because he has been told that wearing these fringes plays a significant role in serving Yah. You see? And Marcus was talking about, and I said, because she sent me some pictures, I said, Marcus, those look, tell your wife she did an excellent job. She did a good job. But Marcus, Yah don't care about your outer appearance. I'm telling y'all, that's why I don't listen to nobody tell me how I'm supposed to look and how I'm supposed to dress and wear this over your head. They never, I did. I ain't gonna say it, they never. I've heard it through several beginners. And I'm saying the 7 years, maybe 3, maybe 2 or 3. You're supposed to have your head wrapped. Your head is too wrapped. It's wrapped too tight. Get somewhere and sit down. You see? Because they really believe it's the outer appearance. So listen to what he's saying. You're thinking he's saying it to me. No, he's not. He's saying it to you. Watch this here. In verse 15, be aware of the false prophets, which come to you in sheep clothing, but inward they are raven wolves. What is he saying? He's saying something to you all. Why is he saying something to you all? Because the message I'm informing you about the last 3, this is the 3rd message, is it's time to come home. And in that process of coming home, there are going to be those who come into you. Strangers, not strangers. They could be coming too, but there are going to be those that are going to come to you and they're going to want to know more of what you have. You got it. You should have it. Because don't think that the Father is not in them. It's just that they are living a life that they're afraid to talk, to communicate, because they feel that they're different. They feel there's something wrong with them because they're hearing the message from the word. And it's different from the words. So they just set off to themselves and just assume that, hey, well, it's me. It got to be me. Even though greater is he that is in them than he that is in the world. But it's hard for them because they're looking at the ideal of what they know is different than what everybody else is teaching. And they haven't ran. I told y'all, that's even with me. They haven't ran up on anyone that knows what the Spirit is teaching them. So I understand exactly what they're saying and what they're going through. They actually feeling that, wait a minute, something wrong with this here. I'm hearing it and understanding it one way, but the whole world is teaching it this way and that way and this way. Well, maybe I'm the one because I'm just in it alone. But you got greater is he. You see? So these individuals in verse 15, false prophets is going to come. And they come in sheep clothing. There are going to be those who come in sheep clothing. But inward, they are raven wolf. Don't let them measure you from the outside. Speak the word and let the power rest therein. Because I'm going to tell you something. When you begin to speak spirit and truth, they stand down. That has been my experience. I don't go into Mark this, John this, and this said this, and this said that, and Enoch said this, and this and that. No. I let he that's greater in me, because I don't be knowing why they coming to me no way. And sometimes when someone come and it feels so strange, I go right back home and say to the Father, Father, Yah, who was that? And why did they come talking to me? Well, why? Because I tend to believe that Yah is sending them. That's what I used to think all the time. So instead of me using the gift that he has embedded in me, I go to him and ask him, what did they want? Who are they? Because I know he know. And he used to chastise me because he used to say, use what I have invested in you. And then you would know. That's just something Sister Deborah never really used all the gifts that he has given me. And he used to chastise me on that. But yeah, I had it bad running to him every time someone running up to me. But they coming, y'all. They're coming. And the majority of them are going to be those in the light. They're going to have spirit and truth. They're not going to have they're going to have the Ruach living in them, but they need that assurance to run on in the narrow gate or to head to the narrow gate and go therein. Because a lot of them, they don't know. They don't know that they are the one, because their flesh has given them this feeling and doubting, having them to doubt it, because they figure, hey, I'm in this alone. I can't be the one. I can't be the one of the righteous ones. I can't, because I'm in it alone. And everybody should know, y'all don't do nothing on this earth with humans just being alone by themselves. You see, so here in Matthew chapter 7, he's telling you to be aware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep clothing, but inward they are raven wolves. Be aware, they're coming. Why would you say that? Because I don't think y'all really get it. I'm talking to you, and I know I'm doing a lot of talking, but I really don't think you get it. Let's up it to verse 13. Enter ye in the gate. See that? If you're entering in the gate, don't you think that that's showing you that the time is ending? That's actually letting you know we're in the end day. He's telling you to get your butt in the gate, like right now. Enter there. You see? So in this process, he says, enter ye in at the gate, at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way, and leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go thereat. Now watch this here. Come back on the 14th, the verse 14. Because the straight gate is the gate, the narrow is the way which leadeth to life, and few there be that find it. See, he's leading you the way. He's actually telling you the way. And he ain't talking about yesterday. He's talking about today. And then he's give you the warning. Be aware of false prophets which come to you in sheep clothing, but inward there are raven wolves. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes in thorns, or figs in thistles? Verse 17. Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but corrupt trees bringeth forth evil fruit. You see which one? Yeah, no, I'm supposed to stop it. Okay, that's that. Verse 18. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Now look where he's at, and he's telling this. He's telling this to his disciples. But guess what, y'all? He's telling us to go in through the straight gate. But look where he says the straight gate leadeth to life. That's eternal life. And he said, and few there be that find it. That's in daytime. It's almost saying that we should focus also in the straight gate, and narrow is the way. He's showing us the way. Want me to tell you what he's saying to me now? He said, Deborah, the reason why is because what you just telling them about those who's coming. They feel that, they have to be the wrong ones, because everybody else is together in what they believe, and everybody's saying this and everybody's saying that. And he's saying that even though you're the only one, go in through the narrow gate, because they ain't gonna find it. It's created for you. You see, it's created for you. So he's actually saying, because the narrow gate, no, because the straight is the gate. He's telling us which way. Straight is the gate and narrow is the way. Meaning you're not supposed to be looking at the multitude. You're not supposed to be looking at a large group of people and trying to get everybody in there and trying to get your whole family reunion and your whole community and your whole workplace and your whole neighborhood. No. He's letting you know the way that we are to be walking ahead in Yah home. It's going to be narrow. It's going to be narrow. The way is narrow. And we're going to feel lonely. We're going to feel sad. We're going to feel like we in it alone. That's what I was telling you, the ones that's coming. That's how they're going to be feeling. But Yah is saying, look, you guys, it's the narrow gate you need to go in. And I don't mean to discourage you, but only a few of them going to find it. You see that? Why? Going back to what I was just saying, you all don't even know how many individuals that the Ruach has been teaching them, but they feel that they in it alone. They really do. Because they can't understand the word. No, they understand the word the way the Holy Spirit teaches, but they confuse about the world with the words. So they just assume that, okay, when maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I ain't got it. But here it's letting you know you're the one that do have it. You blown in the narrow gate. Because that's the way. And very few is going to find it. So they begin to be discouraged. So I say to you all that this is what I've spoken to you all in time past. Spirit and truth. If you got your spiritual backpack, you're going to need it in this day. You're going to need it. Because there are many out there that has the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, but they still feel doubtful because they think they in it alone. And for them they need to know, no, you're the right one. It just told us, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way, not the broad. That leads to destruction. So why these individuals are feeling that they're alone and they in this by themselves because they hearing the Ruach teach them word, but the world is teaching words. They're wondering, hey, am I the wrong one and they the right one? But the key to what he's saying here is no, it's the straight gate. It's the narrow. Very few shall find it. It ain't something that you want everybody to find and you think that everybody should be going in. You get what I'm saying? Because that's what we think. We think since this is the way, what everybody should. Let me get everybody. No, baby. No. First and foremost, know that you're in. And all that Yah send to you is what you speak into them. Spirit and truth. Reveal them the light. And this here, pack it in your spiritual book pack, your spiritual backpack, because right here will give those who are still in doubt that they're going through the narrow gate. Oh, I'm not sure if this is the right way because ain't nobody going this way, and I don't want to go here alone. I don't want it to be about just me finding. That's how they feel. Y'all, let me tell you something. A lot of them, that's how they feel. And they have the Ruach HaKodesh in them. They're allowing their flesh to beat up on their spirit while the Ruach is in them, constantly teaching them. Now, they're holding on to the teaching, but they in doubt in feeling when, okay, maybe it's me. Why am I feeling this way and everybody else believe this way? That's that broad gate. They keep looking over at. They need to find their way to the narrow gate. And then when they see it says, and few there be that find it. That's why it's a few, you guys, in the eyes of the Most High Yah. Because we can't just take people with us because they say they are and they have. It's those who are out there right now trying to figure out, when which gate should I go in? And should I go in the broad gate? Because it seems like a lot of them are going this way. No, you stay with the narrow gate. It's time to go home. That means in the direction to where Yah is leading you. He's there. He hasn't forsaken you. He ain't going nowhere. So you see the people I'm talking about, they're coming home. They're coming home, and they're looking for that narrow gate. And they're going in that direction, but they still battling because they're trying to figure out, why is everybody going this way and I want to go this way? I feel out of place. I don't know if I'm understanding this and they teaching this totally different. It can confuse a lot of people. It can confuse. It will confuse a lot of people because people really believe it's what they see. And if they see a lot of people going one way, they thinking this is the way. And do you know, I have trained myself, even since I was a teenager, to go in the opposite direction of where I see everybody going. I don't know why I used to do that, and I'm still like that. And y'all, it works. It really works. I can be in the grocery store, and you can have a line with 30 people in it, and everybody keep adding to that 30. And there's a lane right next to it that only have 5 people. In my mind, I say to the Spirit of the Most High Yah in me, I say it in my thought. Why is it that they all in that long line when this line is moving and it's only a few? I just don't understand. And that's not just that example. That's everywhere I go. If I'm driving on the highway, the people get in the lane that's the longest and they sit there, and you got 4 other lanes or 3 other lanes. They would not move over. And it's not because they all going only in this one lane. All 4 lanes are going probably 100 miles on down the line. But it's just the people follow the multitude. People follow the multitude. When I had the store, when people see people in buying, then they buy. It's amazing how people follow people. But we are in that end day. It's time to what? To head home. Heading home is you in your spirit head toward Yah's full understanding of what he wants you to do. Hear him, feel him, know he present in thee. The narrow gate is the way. Head to the narrow gate. It's going back to that's the way. And a lot of people is still battling. Which way is the which way? Which way is it? Which way is it? It's in you. How about that? It's in you. Okay. So let's go to, what is this? Let's try Isaiah chapter 60. Isaiah 60 and verse 21 and 22. In Isaiah chapter 60, verse 21 and 22. 21 and 22. So I liked it. I really liked Matthew chapter 7, verse 13 to 16, because that's an example I'm saying to you today. People are coming, and they're coming for you. They're coming, and I'm not talking about people you know. They might come too, but be careful, because there's, whenever those that are the spiritual seed come, don't think darkness ain't gonna try to squeeze up in there. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Where we're at in this day, it's time to come head home. And that means all of your strength that's invested in you, in your inner man, your heart, your spiritual mind, your spiritual strength. Turn it strictly on the Most High Yah and deal with him as if you're coming home. Deal with him as if you're coming home. Okay. Now in Isaiah chapter 60, verse 21, and it reads, thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land. Now see what I'm saying? Righteous. That's who's going to inherit the land. Watch this here. Forever. The branches of my planting, the work of my hands. Hand is it supposed to be, that I may be glorified. Verse 22. A little one shall become thousands, and a small one a strong nation. I, Yah, will haste it in his time. This here is talking about the promised land. You see? In this promised land, righteous, the people also shall be all righteous. That's deep. Now, if you're thinking that he's going to collect the whole house of Israel, and then he's going to convert them to righteous, that's not going to work. He's not doing that. That's why he's taking us to the wilderness. And he's going to purge out the rebels and take out away those who transgressed against him. Who is he talking about? The whole house of Israel. Why wouldn't the people teach them that? They wouldn't. They only want to teach that which they can deceive their people with. They don't want to teach them something that'll make them yearn and desire to know more about this unseen Yah that comes and live in us. They don't want that. They want the part of the Creator that wants to teach you from the outside, so that your flesh can be satisfied with what is actually taking place. People are in this flesh thing to where it's just off the chain in the way they see things. But I like this because I know he's going to give us a new heart. He's going to give us two hearts. He's going to put a new name in us. He's going to clean and cleanse our filth. He's going to do so much to us from the inside out. From the inside out is the Father going to do these things. But righteous is those that righteous, you know, how Yeshua was in the kingdom and he took the righteous that was on the right to the altar and said, this is what was created for you are the righteous one. See, people don't understand. You come down here to righteous. I know it. You might not look righteous. You might not feel righteous. You might not think righteous, but righteous knows about you. You see, it's a brand of the Most High Yah. He has 4 brands. And he sent, like when you say the Gentiles got grafted in, they get grafted in. The only one get grafted in is those who come down with the brand of belief. Belief is already in there. You get what I'm saying? See, what people didn't understand, if he had 2 books in the kingdom and he already got them wrote in and wrote out, he said he has 2 books, one for eternal life and one to the lake of fire. And he said everybody's name is therein according to the direction he has assigned. So therefore, if he assigned you in the Lamb book of life for eternal, then therefore you have to come down here with one of the brands, if not 2, 3, or 4. Even the Gentiles, they too, they come in and got grafted in through belief. So the brand belief is what sealed them to be able to make it back home. You see? It ain't nothing they did, you guys. We are not going back to the kingdom, to the bosom of the Father, based on nothing we've done. And that's why I always felt it's so important that if you can't grip the fact that it ain't nothing you done and nothing you said that got you where you at today, especially in your walk with the Most High Yah, nothing you done. When you do that, when you accept that, you putting Yahweh exactly where he's at, whether you put him there or not, because he is the author of all of what you see, what you have not seen, and what was seen before the foundation of the world. He's the author of it all. And nothing is going to change from the way he have assigned it. Nothing. So the best thing for each and every last one of us is to find our way back in Yah's bosom, home, and be able to help others from that distance on. Help others. Once you go back home, then help others, because others are going to be on their way to the narrow gate. Okay. Now the last verse is Joshua chapter 2 and verse 14 and 15. Joshua chapter 2 and verse 14 and 15. In the book of Joshua chapter 2 verse 14 and 15. I think I covered this here, but I want to cover this here. Joshua chapter 2 and verse 14 and 15, it reads, and the man answered her, our life for yourselves, for yours. If ye utter not this, our business. And it shall be, when Yah has given us the land, that we will deal kindly and truly with thee. This was an individual who hid the location of who is it? I don't know. Joshua, the son of Nun. I guess it was Joshua. And she hid the location because they were after him, and to try to, I guess, delete him, I would say. But she hid him. It wasn't just him, it was others. I didn't go over the whole story. But in Joshua chapter 2 and verse 14, he's telling her that once we get to the land, we would deal kindly and truly with thee if she were to utter not their location or their business. Verse 15, then she let them down by a cord through the window, for her house was upon the town wall, and she dwelled upon the wall. Verse 16, it says, and she said unto them, get you to the mountains, lest I persecute, meet you, persuaders, meet you, and hide yourselves there 3 days until the persuaders be returned. And afterward may ye go your way. Now she was hiding. Was that Joshua? Yes, I guess it is. And these were men of Yah, so that they won't find them, because if they find them, they would kill them. But see how she was hiding them. But do you see how she's the stranger? But you see what she went through to make sure she kept them safe? And in return, her whole family. That's how Yah rumbles, you guys, I believe. her whole family, they did right by. All because she hid them. She took it. I don't, if did she hide them, or she had them to go a certain way into the persuaders left. But whatever she was doing it to the man of Yah. And after they had left, they were able to escape, all because she helped them out. That's what I was telling y'all earlier about the strangers. The stranger don't come among us and feel they should have special privilege because they are among us, okay? And that they don't have to have the same consequences as we. They can't step into that realm of thinking that they are excluded and not included. You get what I'm saying? So even in this case where she was doing the men of Yah a favor and saving their lives, they made sure they took care of her and her, I think it was her whole family, I believe, her whole family, because she even mentioned to them, and that ye will save alive my father, my mother, my brother, and my sister, brothering, and my sisters, and all that they have, and deliver our lives from death. So she was asking, let me see. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what she was asking. So her whole family. But I'm gonna tell y'all, that's how Yah is. I really believe that. I think if you just head on home, that means go back and stick with Yah from this day on. Stick close to him. Stick with Yah, and Yah will take care of everything else for you. I really believe he will. I really do. I really believe that's how he is. That's how he rumbles. So don't feel that, hey, if I find my way home, then I'm going to have to forsake this. No. When you seek ye the kingdom first, Yah will make sure everything else be added unto thee. But you have to, what that other verse, Psalms 37, you have to trust in him. You have to delight in him. You got to commit to him. You have to rest in him, and you have to wait on him. You see? So I believe in our process of going in the way that lead us, Yah will always lead and guide us, whether we like it or not. When you are redeemed, and you are the one that has been redeemed, you can't escape it, you guys. Whether you like it or not, you're going in the way of Yah. You're going. And even if individual decide or fight up against the righteous that rests in them, guess what he say? He said he have to take you out before you destroy the temple. He would have to take you out just so you will save your spirit from damnation. But that's just how Yah would rumble, because there are people that Yah had to take out just so their spirit can be saved, because they got totally out of the box and decide to just swim in darkness. And Yah, he said he would take you out before he let you bring corruption and destruction to the temple. I'll take you out. Now bring what? What can you bring in now? Nothing. So the way of Yah is the only way left. And even if it was another way, I wouldn't want to go. I want to go in the way to the narrow gate. I don't care that it's a few. I just pray that I'm in that number. And if I'm not, I ain't going to blame my father, because he's been too great, all that grace and mercy, and have been so great to me. So I say unto you all, to each and every last one of you, find your way home. Home is Yah, and wherever he is at, because he can be in you. That's where he resides. That's where he resides. And let him lead you from the inside out. Not you take your flesh thinking you're going to lead him. No, he ain't going to be in you, letting you lead him with your flesh. I'm going to say that again. Yah will not be in you, letting you lead him with your flesh. Greater is he that is in you than he that's in the world. So he's greater than your flesh. He's greater than your spirit and anything in this whole world. So what can you say now? What can you do against that? You can't even fight that. You can't say nothing toward that. But yea, Yah, you are that great. You're that excellent. You're that wonderful. You're that perfect. You're that awesome. You are that powerful one. Because anytime he's greater than any and everything, y'all got to rethink that. Because that's telling you something. And let him live in you to teach you and guide and show you where he needs you to go in such a time as this. Many voices on every side. You got voices in front of you and you got voices in the back of you. Some people have voices in their sleep. Some people have voices in the midnight hour. They hearing all these voices. And they can't even, do you all know that there's people who can't even sleep? They having hard, and that's another thing that I think is really demonic, is when you can't sleep. When the devil steals your peace, that's a part of your peace. He has won many people over by stealing their sleep. Your body needs it, and he have taken it and then gave you medication, and he stole your sleep, that which Yah gave to you as a form of peace, and he stole it. And that's something I had been dealing with a lot of people who saying, when I'm on this medication, I'm on this medication because I can't sleep. I can't sleep at night. I can't sleep. A lot of times people have opened up doors of all kind of demonic entities. They don't know when you're dealing with the candles, you're dealing with crystals and all of this demonic mess. You're asking for darkness. Come on in. I gave you an invitation. Come on in with me. A lot of people truly think that sage and burning garlic and all this whole stuff is something that gives them power and authority. And they don't even understand that's Satan then won you over. You see? And what he's done, he has got this pharmaceutical, have given people all this medication. They can, and for every illness that they have. That's his way of feeling that he's taking over you. And you are not going to be able to have the spirit of Yah ruling you or leading you and guiding you and showing you the way. Because if I give you medication, that don't work. I give you drugs, drugs. I give you alcohol. You know, I rob you from your sleep. All these things are demonic that's coming to attack your spirit. Y'all don't, Satan don't want your flesh. He wants to destroy your spirit. So Sister Deborah, hope you got something out of it. And again, going in the way that leadeth us. Yah is still the way. He would always be the way. And I say unto you, I appreciate each and every last one of you in the live. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and will be back. Shalom and shalom.